Aloha and good morning. Today I'm going to clean my steam distiller unit. This is my water machine that I use to make my steam distilled water, which is pure H2O. I've recently got into a lot of research and deeper advanced experience with distilled water. And distilled water I found is one of the best waters for you to be able to start your base out of anything you make. So I use a lot of distilled water here at the retreat center, our detoxification and rejuvenation retreat in Hawaii. And that's what people do, is when they come up here minimally, they try to do a 7-day water fast, and it's with distilled water. So the distilled water really super cleans the inside of yourself out. It really dissolves inorganic matter, makes it so it can get out of the body. So the distilled water is really special. It's the way the earth actually produces rain. Okay, it's distilled water. So this is my unit right here, and this unit is on Earther Academy, and this is the private unit. This is you know, it comes with 2-gallon jugs right here, and you get 4 of these carbon filters which take care of any type of gases or anything that are made, and it's a carbon filter, and you just exchange that about every 3 months. I clean mine about every 3 months too, and all you do is just take off the top, and let's take a look inside, and you can see how, if you can see in there, there's definitely some grime at the bottom, and if you just wanted to just flush it out, I'll show you how to do that, but I'm going to wash mine out with a little bit of vinegar to get out the crust. I have a 6-stage whole house water system, so I take out most of the dissolved solids or anything else basically that's in the water. So even when I use my tap water here, I can drink it. So my water's pretty darn clean as far as not having calcium and different things in it. So if you have a lot of minerals in your water, you got to clean this probably once a month or so. We don't have that many minerals here, so as far as hard minerals, so I don't have to worry about that. And plus, if I did, like I said, I have a whole house system on here, so I'm pre-filtering my water before I even make it. And that goes for my alkaline water machine that I have here too, that I use for a lot of different things, including my tea in the morning, and a lot of different recipes, different things if I want to use alkaline water, and or if I want to drink a pH of 10 water too. That's a super good cleaner. So it's good to have both machines, but if I could only have one, distilled water, the distilled water machine. We have a much larger unit next door. It's actually an automated unit. We also sell that too. This company's been in business for 35 years. We have a special deal with them. You get 2, like I said, 2 of these. You need glass. You don't store in plastic. And they have a bisphenol A free top on top there. So what you do is just remove the water jug. Just wanted to show you how I got mine set up right here. I have it in my kitchen. Doesn't make that much noise at all. And what I do is I'm just going to take this off. This is the carbon filter, and I haven't changed that for about 3 or 4 months. So you can see that this is the replacement here. We'll put that on when we're done. And what you do is just slide the machine over, unhook the electrical unit first so you can maneuver it easier. And then just pull it out to the edge of the cabinet just like this. And then turn this little bent piece of metal like that. That's the drain. And what I use is I use my Vitamix here, because since it's plastic, look at that. That's the garbage that came out of there. Okay, that's all the stuff that's in my... Okay, so my phone shut off. That's all the stuff you'll see. Look at how dark that is in there. Okay, that's all the junk water. Remember, the distilled water is pure water. It leaves back all the stuff in the water, okay, that is realistically mostly contaminants. Could be a lot of minerals, rust, insecticides, fluoride, everything's in this water right here. So I tested this water already with a dissolved solids measuring device, and I'll just show you right here. That's one of these right here. And distilled water turns out to be 0.000 parts per million. There's nothing in it. But this water right here that I'm pulling out of my machine is like 4,000 parts of a bunch of stuff in there. Okay, so now it's just going to its end cycle. And you can see how dark the water is. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have one hand here, sorry, is I'm going to shut the valve. And you can see my water here is very dirty. Okay, if you look inside it, very dark. So I'm just going to dump that in the sink. And that's all the garbage. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll put my phone right here. Now what you do is you want to get all the water out, so you tilt the machine forward. Okay, just like this. You make sure all the water's out. There we go. And sort of shake it, because you want to move all the sediment. And like I said, if you don't have too hard of a water, then you can do this every 3 months or so. But if you've got hard water, you want to do this every month. Oh, that's even darker. This is all the garbage. It's like the bottom of your gas tank. That's why you never really want to have your gas tank. Look at that. Pretty much go down to empty. Why? Is because there's a lot of stuff at the bottom of the tank, and that's how you plug your filters up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up just with a little bit of water. So I'm going to put in maybe half a blender in here, or actually about a quarter of a blender, and I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar. You can put any vinegar. I just don't have the cheap vinegar, so I'm going to put in a couple tablespoons. That's all you need. You could use lemon juice, but you'd have to strain the lemon pieces out because you don't want those in your machine. But all you need is any acid. You just put that in like that. Whoops. Got to shut the valve off though. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just sort of shake it back and forth. Just like that. And I'll let it sit in there. You can hear it bubbling. Okay? So let's take a look. And you can see all the grime inside there. Okay, so that's going to get eaten away. You can use straight vinegar if you want to too, if it's really bad in there, and just let it sit in there. Your hand fits in the piece here, and you can, use a very clean rag. I just want to feel how hard it is in there. And mine's pretty hard, so I'm going to put a little more vinegar in and just give it a mix. And then what you do now is just let it sit. It may take 4 or 5 hours to get the calcium out of there. So if you have a lot of calcium, you want to go ahead and put more vinegar. So what I'm going to do after this is very simple. I'm going to drain the machine again, and then I'm going to go ahead and actually fill it up about halfway and really wash it in there with my hand in order to get the vinegar out. Drain it again and do it one more time. So I want to get all the vinegar out of there, and then now my machine's ready to go. And so very simple. Just pop this new filter on here like that. You don't have to do any plumbing at all on this machine, so you just plug it in and just add water to it. So the way I, of course, load this up in the morning is I just fill this up in the sink, and it takes about 2 full blenders to fill the machine up. Put the top on, just turn it on, actually on the side if it's not on. If not, it automatically turns on as soon as you start pouring the water on. So this machine is really smart. Like I said, you get a great deal on Earther Academy. It's the best deal on the internet. You get the 2 jars, you get the a year's worth of filters. Each filters are like $20 a piece, so $80 worth of filters. The jars are like $20 a piece. So, and you get free shipping in the continental United States. So this is an essential tool for you to have. And like I said, it doesn't take that much maintenance. This is way better than RO, way better in my opinion. Just because it's pure. The RO systems, they work good in the beginning, and then once they start clogging up, they don't work as good. You have to change the filters, and plus you should have a professional plumber put an RO system in, because you can have some massive problems if the tubes come off. I've had some people that have actually had a leak in their RO system, and they went away for the weekend, and it flooded the whole house. One of the hoses popped off. So you got to really get it professionally installed, and you know, change your filters. But the distilled water, like I said, is the best water, and it's pure. Never store it in glass. And then you can go ahead and remineralize with, these are our minerals right here. Okay, the magnesium minerals, put in the silica, and different types of minerals that are conductive. You always want conductive minerals in your water, and or if not, like I said, distilled water is really good to drink. I do distilled water straight for about 5, 6, 7 days, and then I go back to mineralized water for a week, and then I go back to distilled water only. And so this gives me this in-breath, out-breath, positive, negative, you know, in-pull, take out things, make space, and then actually re-flourish with minerals. So very smart to have a clean water supply. Please don't drink out of the water faucet. I know so many people that do. Well, I got a filter. Those filters don't take out the fluoride. Most of them don't, okay? And the best, like I said, the best water is distilled water, just because you live in a toxic world, guys and gals. And how are you removing the contaminants? You remove them through liquids, okay? The more food you eat, the more things have to be digested, and that means you need to drink more water. So it's better to have liquids. I do all day, and then I have my 1 meal at night. You may have to do 2 meals and have one of your meals as a smoothie, and at night have a good meal, but don't, you know, gorge yourself. Now, one last thing, what goes along with water, okay, is the bacteria that you want to put in your system. And you can see I've got 2 different bacterias going here. This is my coconut cheese. It's got 100, actually I call it coconut cheese, but it's got big pieces of coconut in there. I've got about probably 50 different strains of bacteria, okay, and this is a kefir bacteria with kombucha, but I make this in just 1 day. You can see, look at the suds on the top of that. That's just 1 day. Last night it was down to about 2 inches or so, and I've got a lot of kefir grains in there, but I add them back and forth, okay. So this one is got the kombucha, you know, all different strains of bacteria. Each strain has its own specificity. Some will eat contaminants. Some will make B vitamins. Some will stimulate brain chemicals and hormones. Some will digest foods, okay? There's all different types of bacteria, and some bacteria will cause you to get sick and diseased. So using water as a medium to keep you healthy is very smart. So make sure you drink the right water and add the right minerals, and don't forget the probiotics. Okay, let's just check on this before we go here, but I'm not going to do the whole, you know, you don't have to see how I'm going to fill it up, but it's actually eating it away. It's going to take some time. Like I said, if you want to put it in straight, put it in straight. It's actually way better. I would use, instead of the apple cider vinegar, because that's expensive, just use white vinegar. You can get it at Costco. You can get like 2.5 gallons for like $3. It's great for cleaning, but you don't want to put that type of vinegar in your system. You want to only have the raw apple cider vinegar. Okay, there you go. Simple cleaning, but like I said, do it once a month. Don't be a procrastinator. Change the water out, because if not, it'll actually ruin your machine. The calcification, you know, because there's mechanisms in there. There's a floating ball that turns the machine on and off, and if it gets too much calcium, it doesn't work. So you want to definitely, like I said, clean this thing if you've got a lot of calcium once a month. And if you don't have that much calcium in your system, or you have a whole house water system, and you're already taking out a lot of the contaminants, or just a lot of the things in the water, then I do mine every 3 months. But I always change the filter every 3 months, no matter what. And I use, you know, I drink a gallon and a half of water a day. So I use this every day. At night, I turn it on, or in the morning before I go to work. I come back in 3 hours, and I got myself a full, beautiful gallon of pure steam distilled water. Okay, we'll see you next time, and aloha. Okay, I just want to show you I'm cleaning the rest of the vinegar out of the distiller. You can see how much grime came out of there. Wow. So we first drained it, and we got a lot of grime out of there, but now since I put the vinegar in, it's taken up all the, let me shut this off. It's taken off all the calcification that was hanging inside the distiller. So let's take a look at that. You can see that is some dirty, grimy water. So that's why you want to clean your distiller. I haven't probably done mine. I was thinking about it for about 6 months. But you want to go ahead and clean it with vinegar, just like this. And I'm just going to dump this out of the sink. You give that to your plants if you'd like, probably. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with water and then rinse it one more time. So just wanted to show you. And then it's ready to go ahead and use. So it's good to go ahead and wash it out twice. I put about a blender's worth, about 3/4 of a blender size, and put it in there, and then, you know, wash it around inside, drain it out, and then I do it one more time, and then you're ready to go to have the best water in the world. Also, make sure, like I said, disconnect this, not only because it's easier to, you know, to play around with, but you don't want the electricity on while you're playing around with it. That's for sure. And try not to bump it around too much. I was using one hand, so I wasn't too skilled by trying to shake it with one hand. Okay, there you go. Get a steam distiller and have fun with it. All right, drink a lot. One quick addendum here. If you've got a lot of calcium in there, like I said, you want to move that vinegar all over. So this is an important tip that I didn't really show you. But what I do is I just pick the machine up and I give it a good shake like that, you know, every 10 or 20 minutes. And that thing in there, it's bubbling like crazy. I've got a couple crystals at the bottom of my machine there, but I don't know if you can hear it popping. Okay, so do the shake like that. And of course, if you look in there and you got calcium, you want to get it out because, like I said, you'll ruin your machine. This distiller, I bought lots of distillers, and this distiller is the best one I've ever used. I use this thing. This thing's a workhorse. I've been using it for years. I have the same. I have the, like I said, the automatic type of distilled water maker for the retreat, and it makes automatically about 7 gallons a day, and it automatically feeds it. You don't have to put the water in. But I've never had a problem with these things, and they have great guarantees. So make sure, be careful which steam distiller you buy, because most of the other ones I bought, they fall apart in a year. And the biggest thing is that if they're not easy to clean, you won't clean them, and the calcium will destroy them. So, okay, there you go. We'll see you next time.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, All of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earth Shift Live radio talk show or therein.